Something is off. You feel it every time you look in the mirror. You look, and then you look away. First, you are not imagining it. And it is not your face. Here is what nobody in your life is going to say to your face. The hairstyle you are wearing right now may be the single thing working hardest against you. Not your age. Not your skin. The cut. The shape. The way it sits around your face is quietly adding years you have not earned. Most women lose 4 to 7 years of perceived youth. Not to wrinkles, not to skin, but to a hairstyle that pulls the eye in exactly the wrong direction. And the worst part? It takes less than one appointment to fix, once you know what you are actually looking for. There is something coming up in part 3 that a colorist I know calls the most common silent mistake she sees on women over 60, and she says almost no one who walks through her salon door knows they are doing it. That is coming. And part 2 has a fix so specific and so simple that the first time I describe it, you are going to want to stop the video and call your stylist. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work immediately. Today we are covering these hairstyles are aging you and what to do instead. And by part 2, you are going to want to stop and look in the mirror. I mean it. If you have not already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1, the blunt bob trap. Here is something that will stop you in your tracks. The blunt bob, the one every magazine told you was chic, the one your stylist probably suggested without a second thought, is aging more women over 60 than almost any other cut on this list. And the reason has nothing to do with the length. You probably chose it because it looked clean, polished, easy to manage, and it is all of those things. But here is what nobody told you. A blunt, one-length cut that ends at the jaw creates a horizontal line that draws the eye directly across the widest part of the lower face. For women over 60, that line lands exactly where the jaw has begun to soften. And it frames that softness like a window frames a view. Every single day. This is the one a friend of mine heard and immediately called her stylist. There is a reason this particular cut has stayed so popular for so long. And it is not because it is the most flattering. It is because it is predictable. Stylists default to it. It photographs well at a standard distance. It looks structured in a haircut photo. But a haircut photo is not the same as your face. Your real face in real light, moving through a real day. The blunt bob at the jaw flattens your cheekbones and shortens the visual length of your neck. Those two things together, flattened cheeks and a shortened neck, are the exact combination that reads as age when your face is seen in conversation, in photographs, in video calls. Yes, that quietly devastating. The fix is not a different length. It is layers, specifically face framing layers that begin just below the cheekbone and fall forward at a slight angle. Those layers do not just add softness. They redirect the eye upward. They give the cheekbone a visual lift it stopped getting the moment the blunt cut took over. A layered bob that ends at the same jaw length as your current cut will look entirely different in photographs, because the eye is no longer anchored to a flat horizontal line at your jaw. If you are still reaching for the blunt jaw length bob, swap it for a layered bob with forward-falling face frames that begin at the cheekbone. The layer placement is everything. Ask your stylist for face framing that starts at the apple of the cheek, not at the ear. That one instruction changes what the mirror shows you. Keep those face frames trimmed every 6 weeks. Not the full cut, just the frames. They lose their lift angle when they grow past the chin. And when that happens, the blunt cut effect slowly creeps back. What is coming in part 2 is the mistake I almost did not include, because it surprised even me when I first learned it. It is not what you expect. That is next. Part 2, the volume paradox. Bold statement first. Adding volume to your hair in the wrong place is one of the fastest ways to look 5 years older. And most women over 60 are doing it at the root. Have you ever walked out of a salon with height at the crown and thought something still looks wrong? But the volume is there, so what is the problem? That feeling has a name, and it is called top-heavy silhouette. And it is quietly one of the most aging shapes your hair can take. Root lift and crown volume are not the problem. Where they live is the problem. When the widest point of your hair sits above the temples, at the very top of the crown, it creates an inverse triangle shape from above. An inverse triangle widens the forehead and visually shortens the face length. For a woman with naturally elegant, longer face proportions. This erases the very thing that makes her features read as refined and sculpted. This specific shape is pulling your eye upward and outward in a way that makes your cheekbones disappear. And women over 60 feel that disappearance most acutely, because the cheekbone is one of the primary markers of youthful facial structure. Here is the key insight. And this is the one that surprises people every time. Volume does not age you. Misplaced volume ages you. The same amount of body and fullness that adds 5 years when it lives at the crown will subtract 5 years when it lives at the mid-length and ends. This is what your stylist knows but rarely explains unprompted, because the direction of volume is a finishing technique, not a cut decision, and finishing techniques are invisible in the chair. The fix is not to lose the volume. The fix is to redirect it. Ask your stylist to build fullness from the midshaft down, not from the root up. At home, flip your hair forward when blow-drying, dry the ends first with movement, and direct the round brush to lift at the sides rather than the crown. What you end up with is a silhouette that is widest at the cheekbone zone, which is exactly where width is your ally. Write this one down. If you are still directing all your heat and product to the root zone, swap that habit for midshaft styling. Mousse applied from the ear down rather than massaged into the scalp. The volume lands in the right zone, the crown stays soft and close, and the widest point of your hair now sits exactly where your cheekbones want the attention. Maintenance is simpler than you think. Every wash, apply your volumizing product only from the mid-length to the ends. One pass, not two. This one product placement change takes 4 seconds and changes your silhouette every single day. Part 3 is the one I hesitated to include, because it is the most personal. And it is the mistake most women take the longest to admit. I will see you there. Part 3, the too short safety cut. There is something about Part 3 that nobody in this space says plainly. Short hair on a mature woman is not the problem. The way most women go short is. Here is what I mean. There is a specific haircut. You have seen it everywhere, you may be wearing it right now, where the sides are cut very close, the back is tapered tight, and the top is left slightly longer with a small soft wave or curl set. It is neat. It is easy. Every 6 weeks, in and out of the chair in under an hour. And it is the cut that a colorist I know calls the single most aging style she sees on women over 60. Not because of what it does to the hair, but because of what it does to the face. When the sides and back are cut very short and tapered, the only visual mass of hair lives at the top of the head. The ears are fully exposed. The jaw and neck are bare. The face is framed by nothing. And a bare-framed face over 60, especially one where the jaw has naturally softened and the neck has changed, reads as a face without support. It is not the woman's fault. It is geometry. The insight that changes everything here is this. Length framing the face is not about looking young. It is about giving your features a context. Your bone structure, your beautiful bone structure, is not diminished by age. It is framed by it if the cut works with it. The moment the sides are cut so close that no soft line of hair touches the face or jaw, the jaw becomes the frame. And a softened jaw at 60 was never designed to be a frame. It was designed to be a feature. This is the one a stylist whispered to me, and I have not stopped thinking about it since. The swap is a short textured cut, often called a pixie with length, or a grown-out crop, where the sides are not tapered close but instead left long enough to brush forward and touch the cheekbone. The back can remain close. The ears can remain visible. But the side length changes everything because it gives the face back its frame. That forward brush of hair toward the cheekbone creates the same optical effect as a face framing layer in a longer cut. It redirects the eye up and inward, which makes the cheekbone the focal point instead of the jaw. If you are currently in a very close tapered cut, swap it for a textured short cut with side lengths left to the mid-cheek. Ask your stylist specifically to leave enough length at the sides to brush forward. 2 inches is enough. 2 inches is the difference between a cut that works against your face and one that works with it. A light styling cream pressed through the sides in the morning keeps that soft frame in place all day. Part 4 is the most surprising one on this list, because it is not about a cut at all. Most women never see it coming. That is exactly why it is next. Part 4, the color cut disconnect. Most women never hear this. Your hairstyle is not just a shape. It is a shape and a color working together. And when those two things are in conflict with each other, The result is a face that reads as older than either element alone would produce. Here is what I mean by conflict. A short, close-cropped cut relies on texture and dimension to give the face visual interest. If the hair is also flat in color, one uniform tone with no variation, the cut has no depth to work with. It sits flat. It reads flat. And flat color on a close cut at 60 removes the one thing the cut needs to do its job. The light and shadow play that creates the illusion of lift, fullness, and movement around the face. Every morning this specific combination is quietly adding years to your face. And the fix takes one conversation with a colorist, not one full color change. I watched a woman in a salon chair last week. Stunning bone structure, perfect posture, and she kept asking the stylist to just refresh the color, same as always. Same flat tone she had been using for 6 years. She did not know that same color was neutralizing every piece of work the cut was trying to do for her face. She walked out looking technically the same. Nothing technically wrong. And yet something essential was still missing. The key insight here is that your color does not just sit on your hair. It frames your face. A flat all-over color, whether dark or light, creates a helmet effect around the face. A helmet pushes the viewer's attention to the edges and the top of the head, away from your features. A dimensional color, one with soft variation, some pieces lighter and some slightly deeper, draws the eye inward toward your face, toward your eyes, toward the most beautiful part of you. This is everything. There are 3 specific swaps that address this directly. First, if you are in a flat all-over dark tone, ask your colorist to add 2 to 3 shades of highlight at the front quarter only, placed around the face. Not full highlights. Face frame only. The cost is a fraction of a full color, and the change at the mirror is significant. Second, if you are embracing your natural silver or white, ask for a gloss treatment that adds warm pearl tones to the silver rather than cool steel. Cool steel silver reads as harsh under every light. Warm pearl silver reads as luminous. Third, if you are in a layered or longer cut with flat color, ask for a money piece. A few pieces of lighter color placed directly framing the face. 1 inch wide. That is all it takes to bring the eye home to your features. Ask your colorist at your next appointment for one specific change only. Face framing dimension. 2 or 3 tones, placed in the front quarter, nothing else. One instruction. That is your maintenance move. And it is the one that ties everything in this video together. You just learned 4 of the most specific, actionable hairstyle changes that most women spend years working out entirely on their own. And you did it in one sitting. The blunt bob trap. The volume paradox. The too short safety cut. The color cut disconnect. You now see all 4 of them, which means you will never unsee them. Boom! Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now it shows. Tell me in the comments. Which of these hairstyles are you currently wearing without realizing what it was doing? I want to know. Your answer might help someone else watching who has not reached the comments yet. Next time, we are covering the exact makeup placement mistake that adds 10 years to the under-eye area. And it is not what you think. Subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path so you do not miss it. And I will see you in the next one.